Okay, we are finally off to the fortress stages. First, though, look at that delightful collection. Zero don't got anything equipped. So I'm at max Nightmare Souls. That's 9,999 bullshit blue balls, which means I can equip a whole menagerie of parts now. The middle one has to be a limited part, so I'm mostly doing that because I need to, but it's fine because that is just like an emergency E-tank, so rather than having 2, I've got 3, which I remember when it used to be 4, but, you know.
I was literally about to say that.
So this is me just kind of going through and figuring out my part structure. My main thing is shock buffer, which is that half thing, which I'm pretty sure makes it so that you take twice as long to come out of your invulnerability state and take, like, mitigated damage or something, or reduced damage, rather. I think. It's a damage reduction thing. It's pretty helpful. I think it's mostly the extended invulnerability frames. Then I've also got, I think Speedster and Jumper. It might be Hyper Dash and Jumper. 2 of the mobility parts. Then Ultimate Buster, so every shot is a charged shot, and the limited part, which is the recovery item. And that's once per stage use, like I explained last time. So I'm pretty stacked right now. You really don't need that. Usually I only get up to 4 parts, counting the limited. So this was a little overkill. I just kind of wanted to do it for the sake of making the Hunter version of this just like, fuck you! Just like, I beat you, game! I got all the fucking rescue Reploids, I did all of this shit! Yeah, so that's my current, like, moon jump physics, which is, pretty nice. And, luckily, since we just lost radio transmission with Aelia, a lot of this is gonna be mostly silent. Like, we're gonna get to some boss fights later on that'll have dialogue attached to them, but it isn't gonna be lots of interruptions or anything like that, which is... I don't know. I don't mind it, really, especially since it's optional and I was doing it intentionally, but maybe some other people will be like, oh my god, finally.
This level just looks like complete ass without the Shadow Armor.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm pretty sure you need one of the high jump parts in order to even get past the spike wall in the beginning, or, you know, the Shadow Armor. Zero's only means of progressing in that part, outside of the part system, is using Blizzard Wolfang's weapon, Hyroga, because it gives him the high jump, or like the ceiling jump that Shadow Armor X gets, which I'm assuming was basically just so they could use like the same sprite framework or something for both characters and save some assets. It's a neat idea, but if we're talking about that right now, I'll just briefly say that that ice weakness weapon is... the ice weapon is used against Rainy Turtleoid in both instances. So Zero can't use Turtleoid's weakness against him because the ceiling is too high to attach to, and you can only actually use the ice attack from it when you're on the ceiling. So, good job, designers! Totally not a rushed game. Made that reference a whole bunch. So, using those jumping parts, you can clear across that pretty easily, and then this part coming up is really just like a joke with the Shadow Armor. Honestly, there's a lot of that with the fortress. That looks like it'll go higher, it won't, so you're safe up here, and now you just need to, like, travel down. It was actually going so efficiently that I almost accidentally killed myself by going too quickly, which is kind of rare. Usually the ladders don't agree with me. And then this part is pretty reminiscent of Heatmix's hotspot area, except there's no mini-boss. And as much as I hate myself for saying this, I feel like it would be an interesting thing to have the mini-bosses from the previous stages come back, like just a conglomerate of all of the nightmares that you've been dealing with, but that would involve fighting Nightmare Ouroboros some more. So.
I wish this wasn't a forced auto-scroller.
Yeah, there's no reason for it.
Just have the lava rising and say, alright, get the fuck out of the way, motherfucker.
You know, like Flame Stag's stage.
Yeah.
That part's really fun.
Also, the lava in Flame Stag's stage wasn't an instant kill.
Yeah, just heavy damage. So we're already on the first fortress boss. This is Nightmare Mother, and yet again, this is another sort of part-dependent boss fight, because I think even like the really, really good players hate this fight because of a bunch of reasons. For one thing, you can only damage Mother when the cores are out of the center. Like, even if you've got something that is making contact with them, they're just invincible when they're in. So there's nothing you can do about it. they have to come out like this. But the moment they start animating, you can hit them, which is really nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, A, that looks like shit, and B, is just kind of bullshit to begin with. There's a lot of this kind of thing in it.
Like, holy shit! This was, like, a full-on retail game. How do you do that? How the fuck do you do that?
So that kind of thing is another reason why everybody hates this fight, is there's no actual animation tells. So when it's going out of one of those "you can damage me now" states, you don't know which direction it's going to go in at any given time. So you might be standing right next to it, and instead of going the way you think it might go, it'll just run straight into you, and there's like nothing you can do about it. And it will get gradually faster as its health goes down. In extreme mode, which Games Freak ended up showing to us, it starts out much quicker, so there's like virtually no margin for error at all in this fight. And it's just like, I know it's a fortress boss, but this is me getting like lucky with those dodges, really. Like, I'm not that good at this fight. It's just a chore, and it's like all randomized, and they just do not like it. But luckily we're already done with it. I've gotten way better at that fight as time has gone on, and I still just get my shit handed to me because I'm more focused on, like, I have to damage you as much as fucking possible before you go invincible again. I just want to get this over with.
I think I'm going to have to fast forward that one in the irregular version. I can't remember.
I don't think so, but we'll see. Also, hi, Gate.
How's it going?
We're getting...
Now, shoot him now!
No, don't worry about it. There is a lot of weird shit, like, where is this taking place? Why is this conversation happening now? How is Aelia suddenly talking to us again, even though she said there was no transmission set up, unless Gate's allowing it because they were previously lovers or whatever? I don't know. This is getting to the exhausting point. Luckily, the next stage has a lot of fun stuff to talk about going on in it, but currently this is basically just, Gate, what you're doing is wrong, and kind of back and forth. I do like that it's exploring Aelia a little bit more in depth, too.
Yeah.
I wish that there was more justice done to that, but, you know, this is better than nothing, in my opinion. Also, Cygnus is getting involved, but he doesn't even get a mugshot. Like, there are certain instances where the person talking will change and you don't even really realize it. And granted, there is voice acting. We can't hear it right now, but it is there. But Cygnus just sounds bored almost all the time. Not as bad as in 7.
Oh my god, Cygnus in X7 is just...
something to look forward to.
So fantastic.
You'll all appreciate it. Also, it bothers me that that triangle isn't centering Gate better in the background. Give me my symmetry, goddammit.
Goddammit, now I can't not notice that, you son of a bitch.
You're welcome. But yeah, so this is basically all just, you know, am I the bad guy, or are you all the bad guys? Maybe this is exactly what we need. The humans aren't doing shit. It's like, I mean, humans have delicate little baby lungs, so they can't be in this colony pollution nightmare. Ah! Nightmare.
Okay, you're making fucking acid rain and shit, and the magmas. You're the bad guy.
But what about the nightmare of ice, though? We could use that to our advantage.
And the nightmare blocks. And nightmare random. Holy shit.
Nightmare random is the worst evil history has ever known.
Gate, you are history's worst villain.
It's true. Oh my god, this is also still going on. This is a pretty good line coming up, but this is basically where he reveals that he found a piece of Zero when he was still, like, kind of semi-viral in X5 in the Colony Crush site, and he uses that to kind of kick off his nightmare experimentation, so technically this is all still Zero's fault.
Yeah, alright, so Zero's fine. So what the fuck is that piece from?
Okay, so my assumption is that Zero absolutely was not fine, so it could just be a piece broken off from that, and when he hid to repair himself, quote-unquote, or when, like, Dr. Wily's spirit ghost that we never actually see or get confirmed, except kind of in the Japanese version, magics him back to life, that could just be, like, a piece left over. Because he got shot through the chest, so, like, some major components could theoretically be lying around somewhere.
It's the Robo Appendix.
He doesn't actually need it. It's old dead RAM. He just replaced the RAM. And that's the previous one. RAM is very big in the future.
God, I love these stock-ass Photoshop backgrounds.
It looks like stuff that you would have, like, in the background of your Mitomo pictures.
Yeah, well, I could probably make each of those backgrounds.
Oh yeah, no, you absolutely could. But yeah, this is still going on. Basically, X is just like, Zero is powerful, but he's also basically, like, mostly virus, so if you don't know what you're doing, you are going to get, like, robo-AIDS. Like, this was a mistake on your part, and Gate's like, I don't really give a shit. Like, how I'm so smart and evil. Even though I didn't used to technically be evil, just kind of a jerk.
Good.
Yep. I'm running out of... Okay, book. What do you got for me?
Now there's not enough time left.
Oh, this is the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
this
okay.
Is it. Come on, X!